All right, we are going to run through how to make a birdhouse like this. Now, obviously, this is missing some details, and as you make yours, in addition to the details that this is missing, try and make it unique, make it your own. Try and also understand the different types of joints used to create this project. And if you have a good understanding of those, you'll be able to use those in future projects and you won't have to copy. So these are finger joints along the side, and joints where you get something slotting in here like this, that would be a mortise and tenon joint. And then actually I mentioned slot, but the tree was made with a slot joint, so a little bit hard to see from this angle, but as you look at the part files, you'll be able to understand how the tree was a slot joint. So those are the three main types of joints. There are other things you can do with the laser cutter to make curves and other things. So don't be afraid to use Google to come up with ideas. Also, this is partially why we do this, because I am now seeing it looks like there's a little error in my file. So we're going to make this in SolidWorks, and then you will be able to laser cut it. But if there are things that don't match up in SolidWorks, that saves us some material. All right, to get started, you all would do File, New, Part, and you are going to start immediately by checking what units you're in. So we do not want to be in MMGS. That's probably what your SolidWorks defaults to. We want to be in IPS. Once we are in IPS and we're in a new part, remember there's the features in the sketch menu. We always start with a sketch, and I'm actually going to show you all the front part. Okay. For this project, we want to have a grid. You don't always need that in SolidWorks, but for this project, a grid is really helpful. So we click the cogwheel up here, go switch over to document properties, click this grid snap, make sure display grid is on, major spacing 1 inch. Our material is 1/8 of an inch. So we're going to divide our inch major spacing into minor spacings of 1/8 inches. We will go to system snaps, make sure enable snapping is on. This grid is the one that's really important. So when we're done here, we can hit OK. And then you would be able to follow the template on Schoology to create something similar to what we had before. Eventually, this is not how you would make it, but I'm just going to do a little demo real quick. Eventually, you're going to need to go to your three-dimensional features menu and extrude it. Remember, our material is 1/8 of an inch, so in SolidWorks, you can type in mathematical functions. I think I might have better. Or you could just know that 1/8 of an inch is 0.125, whichever is easier. I'm going to go ahead and jump ahead, and we'll open up one of these faces. Okay. Open part. Edit. Okay, so remember, you can either edit a sketch or you can edit a feature. I can right click on this feature to edit it. If I wanted to change the depth of it, if I want to change the actual sketch I created, I can right click on it and click this edit sketch. Okay, and my grid isn't on in here. Okay, so off the bat, mine probably isn't going to be on the grid. So there's a couple of handy tools. If you find your object is not on the grid, there's this move entities. So I click and drag to select everything that I want to move. And then it asks for the starting point. So I'm going to select one of these points in the corners. And then I can snap it back onto the grid. Now, the other thing you're going to notice is when you get to this piece specifically, it's got some 45-degree angles. And if you try and use the grid, it's not going to be on the grid. So you could do it with the Smart Dimension tool, and it's always wise to use the Smart Dimension tool as often as you can. The other way that you could do this is to rotate this back onto the grid. So under this Move Entities, there's also a Rotate Entities. And so let's select everything and rotate. Center of rotation, I could do this point since it's on the grid. That'll make it easiest. And then we'll go 45 and make it go the other direction. This would work. And then actually, yeah, this works terrific. Okay, so both of these are on the grid. You might need to do 360 divided by, or 360 minus 45 if your rotation ends up going the wrong direction. But this would work, and then you'd be able to follow along and create this top portion. So again, this would only be if you made the bottom part and now you need to make the roof part, and you notice at a 45-degree angle, so it won't fit on the grid. So my next steps would be to sketch out what's already there, but I already did this. So, okay. As a reminder, you're going to make each of these as a different part. You'll save them, and then you'll end up with okay. Well, I broke it, but you saw it before. It was working. Just as a reminder, as you assemble in here, you can mate together faces, but it's probably wiser to mate together edges. If you mate together edges, you theoretically should only need 2, whereas if you try and mate faces, you're going to need more than that. All right.